Okay, this question is from Hugo for Melton. Your question is, what are good YouTube channels for my 10-year-old to follow along with that they could better understand attacking strategies and be able to better understand where they should be on the field? I actually think that a better question could be, how am I? So if this is for you, Hugo for Melton, what things that you can do, what can you learn that you can teach your son, either consciously or subconsciously, right? Because like, I remember the best hockey training I did with my dad, it wasn't training. We were just playing, we were trying to keep a puck away from each other. And the thing that he showed me without words was stick lifts, right? He kept on lifting my stick so I couldn't get the puck. And then when I went to go play hockey, I would be stick lifting kids, and he never once said, okay, we're gonna do this drill. So I think there's a few things that you could start to learn and just play with your son, and it's gonna be like effortless coaching. It doesn't matter if you're not a soccer dad, like you said. What matters more is that if you can learn a concept and effectively execute it against your son, he's gonna learn by being the recipient, and hopefully he'll be able to take that learning and be able to use it to, to his benefit on the field. So the three things that come to mind, all these things are simple enough that you can master, and especially with a little bit of practice over time, assuming your son's anywhere from, even if he's 15, 16 years old, younger than that, there's still a huge amount of time that you're going to be able to spend with him and can help him grow his game. The first is juggling, right? Because juggling's so pervasive. It's, juggling works on balance, timing, rhythm, first touch, coordination, even breathing if you really get into it. So the way that you want to start to master juggling is getting a garbage can or a barrel or some type of bucket, any type of vessel that you can use as a target. And then what you want to start to do is play the barrel game, right? The barrel game is using different parts of your body to juggle into the barrel. And this is, you want to make this game easy. You want to make skills development easy. You want to make strength hard, right? So even I'm 2 paces away from this bucket, right? With the right foot, bounce, bounce, in, right? Same thing with the left foot. And then as you start to, you and your son, you could race each other to see who can get into the bucket first. He's 2 feet away over there. You're 2 feet away over here. Then you do left foot with a bounce. Right? You get the idea? Then you do left foot with a bounce, right? Alternating feet with a bounce. So right foot, bounce, left foot, bounce, right foot, bounce, left foot, right? In. You get the idea? And then as you start to improve, you want to start to use, then you do right foot. You could do, right thigh, either with a bounce or without a bounce, right? And then you do left thigh with or without a bounce, alternating thigh with or without a bounce. And then as you start to improve, and as he starts to improve, you could do no bounce, right? So you go, right, in, then go through the whole progression again as he improves his juggling, right? And this is a fun game that you could play barbecues, picnics, right, after school, weekends, a few minutes, right? You got to build the habit of playing the game, and you're going to see his skills on the field, his attacking abilities are going to go through the roof, I promise you. So that's the barrel game. The next thing, you got to play perpetual. You got to make him realize that it's okay to train a lot. Like if you get him the skills kick trainer, this is something they use at clubs all over the world. AC Milan, Sevilla, right? Ajax, Wesley Sneijder talks about using a kick trainer. So if he's not using one of these currently, then you gotta buy one for yourself so that you can use it. And by you using it, it's going to give him this mental model, especially if he looks up to you, right? Kids, they'll emulate everything you do. You know, they're geniuses, right? They're naturally good copycats. So you got to show him how to use this thing effortlessly. You could use it, you know, play music, whatever, and this is going to be a great model for him to show him how to improve his ball striking, right? That's going to help him make better passes, be more aware on the field, improve his striking on the ball, right? And the next thing is this dribbling sequence: outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. If you could only learn one dribbling sequence, that would be it. You gotta say it out loud when you're doing it, and you gotta go slow in the beginning. The goal is, right, the reason why this is so powerful is because it's easy to memorize. If it's easy to memorize, it becomes easy to execute. And the faster you can memorize it and turn it into muscle memory, right, then when you're on the field, the second reason it's so powerful is because it combines with other skills moves. So you're gonna start to see him go outside, outside, inside, outside, scissor, or outside, outside, inside, outside, chop, right? So it's a connector of sorts. And then when the real magic starts to happen is you do, right, a few minutes juggling, a few minutes barrel game, a few minutes dribbling sequences, a few minutes kick trainer, and then you start to do circles, right? You start to do a circuit of all these things, right? Because neurons in the brain, the things that fire together, wire together. Think about it on a soccer field, right? Ball's in the air, you take it down, then you dribble to the goal, you pass it to your friend, he hits you back, and then you finish on goal, right? So it's not just dribbling, it's not just juggling, it's not just shooting. You have to combine them all. So your training should reflect, it should mimic gameplay in a sense, right? If you can be relaxed and calm doing these fun skills and drills, then when you get into a game, you know you're gonna be playing well, or that's the idea. So I think it's more about you developing your own little bit, even 2 minutes a day on any of these things, build the habit, so then you could play with your kid, even if you could juggle, right? Like my parents have spent 10,000 plus hours, you know, bringing me all over the world playing soccer, and neither one of them spent 2 minutes a day just to juggle, right? Even if they could juggle, that would have brought us so much joy. So don't worry about not being a soccer dad. That doesn't mean anything. What means more is what you can do with today. You take advantage of a few minutes you have today to make yourself a little bit better and lead the way for your son, because the more you develop, the faster he'll develop, because then you could teach him effortlessly, right? Effortless fun, effortless joy. So reach out with any questions, and I hope this helps. All right, thank you.